It's time for the Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association 4A State Basketball Tournament, presented by EAB Sports. Today's game is brought to you by Centennial Bank, NEA Baptist, First Community Bank, the U.S. Navy, Ritter Communications, St. Bernard's, Air Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank, the United States Air Force, and ASU Newport.
We welcome you back here on the campus of Magnolia High School tonight as we continue into the final matchup of round 2 action here at the 4A state tournament. It's going to be the Brookland Lady Bearcats tonight against the Nashville Lady Scrappers. Hello, everybody. I'm Ethan Murphy, joined alongside me is my broadcast partner, Alex Gallion. Alex, two teams we know very well. One from the 4A2 regional tournament, one from the 4A4 regional tournament. What can we expect?
Honestly, this Brookland team, they have really stepped up in recent weeks. This was a team that arguably wasn't supposed to beat Stuttgart, if we're being quite honest. They weren't supposed to beat the Lady Riceburgs, but they did. A game-winning layup from Evan Paulsgrove sent them to here right now. They end up winning the 1A2, but this Nashville team is very strong. Ava Bassarell, Carolina Dean, amazing players for this Nashville squad. They would end up coming second to DeQuinn in the 4A4 regional, as we saw here on YouTube, but this is going to be a great matchup. I don't know. I really can't tell you who's going to win. This is good, probably the toughest game for me to decide, if I'm being honest.
It's going to be a really fun one. You know, obviously, both of us very familiar with Brookland, but Nashville, they were able to beat the Pea Ridge Lady Blackhawks 51-33 the other night in the first round. Brookland able to beat the Eastham Lady Mets, two very tough teams, and it's going to be a fun one to see. You mentioned that fast break for the win from Evan Paulsgrove against the Stuttgart Lady Ricebirds, the very game that got them here to this tournament. Evan Paulsgrove had 32 points that night. We're going to take a short break. You're watching the Class 4A Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association State Basketball Tournament.
We are pioneers, dreamers, the ones they said would never make it, and the ones still trying. We're lifesavers, life changers, those who bring life to your world. We're where compassion meets precision and empowerment meets innovation. An expert system of care where love abounds so that God can do the impossible. We are NEA Baptist.
I said I'd never join. Thought living on a sub would be too hard.
I figured only the weatherman tracks storms.
I said my job wouldn't matter.
Never knew how strong I was. I never thought this would be my commute.
I figured I'd never get out of my hometown. Or be the one who stops an attack. Joining the Navy sounds crazy. Saying never actually is.
You've got to have someone that understands what you are doing as a mission. Community bankers are important that way because they understand the community relationships that we have to form to be successful.
I feel like First Community Bank and Myers-Davis, our cultures are so similar. It is all about relationship.
It's a real $1 billion community to have a bank like First Community to be supportive of so many things.
They're willing to take a chance on entrepreneurs, which is helpful to make the community grow.
Back on the floor here at Panther Arena, we gear up for this second round matchup in the Class 4A state tournament. It's going to be a fun one. Brookland against Nashville, two very tough teams, as we've seen all season long, all the way up to this playoff run. Brookland, a team able to become the first seed out of the 4A2 regional tournament. You know, 2 game-winning shots, one from Evan Paulsgrove against Stuttgart, like I mentioned, and one against Southside from number 10, Berkeley Brewer. Then the last matchup, able to clutch up against the Highland Lady Rebels for the win, another team we saw already lose in the state tournament.
You talk about Brookland a lot. You talk about Nashville, though. They just barely coming up short against the Queen in the 4A4 regional tournament over at Monticello, literally just last week. This Nashville team, they come in with some momentum, though, if you think about it. But if you ask me, Brookland comes in with more momentum in this game. Coming off huge wins, coming off literally a regional championship. I want to say this, though. If you ask me, the way Brookland will beat Nashville tonight, it can't just be Evan Paulsgrove. Even if Evan was to score 40 or even 50 points tonight, I don't think it's going to be enough to beat the Nashville Lady Scrappers. Evan, not only does Evan need to step up, but so does Berkeley Brewer, so does Cassidy King. That big three, they need to really step up tonight if they're going to even have a chance to beat this highly ranked Nashville team.
Not even just the starters, but we've also got to see Kylie Brown and Amelia Ford. Amelia Ford going to be joining the starting 5 tonight. But, you know, obviously a very good lineup on the Brookland side of things, a very good lineup on the Nashville Lady Scrappers side of things. I think we're going to see a highly competitive, well-rounded out matchup. It's going to be toe-to-toe the entire night, and I'm excited to see what both teams can do.
If I'm being honest, the disappearance of Chloe Rodriguez on this team, that could affect them tonight, because Ava Bassarel has she's taller than every one of the Lady Bearcats, the whole Lady Bearcat team. So I think the height advantage that Ava Bassarel will have, that could play into effect of a possible Nashville win tonight, because Brookland, they don't really have that size.
Well, we'll see. Number 44, Basilier, win the tip. Paulsgrove not going to be able to get it. We're going to see Dean down to number 24 in the paint with the easy put up. She'll strike first for Nashville.
Yeah, an early strikeout for Nashville. They're scoring here early. Brookland, just the start of the game. So I'm very interested to see on how they're going to be able to play offensively tonight.
We'll see another tip, already a turnover. We'll see Basilier pop the tray ball left wing. It falls off the front iron. She gets her own O-board and falls on the court.
Yeah, but Basilier falls hard there. Maybe seemed like she kind of hurt her knee a little bit when she had fell, but she got back up fairly quickly, so the Lady Scrappers back here with the ball.
Basilier back on the pass in. It'll be a kick out to number 24. Back down to Basilier. A contested shot in the paint. It'll go into the hands of Cassidy King, though.
Yeah, great job from Cassidy to be able to pick up that rebound. That's really the only height advantage that they're going to have tonight.
Cassidy King did not read that pass from Paulsgrove. It will be intercepted, and it goes down to Basilier. Basilier striking first for the Nashville Lady Scrappers, has 4 points on the night already.
Yeah, she's been the only scorer so far, starting this out with a 4-0 run.
And it will be tipped. Dean gonna take it. Basilier back on the prowl. We'll see if she can get a back-to-back bucket. Watson gonna lose her handle on it a little bit and will be bullied out of bounds by Coleman. They're gonna be able to keep it. A step out of bounds off of Nashville, and it will go into the hands of the Lady Bearcats. A nice aggressive play from Coleman.
I want to give a shout out to Coach Mitchell Weber, though, of Brookland. This is a guy, this is his 3rd year at Brookland. He has coached this team for 3 back-to-back state tournament appearances in all 3 years in his career at Brookland.
As we see Berkeley Brewer at the skip pass, the Nashville Scrappers gonna draw contact.
Also want to mention the last time the Brookland Lady Bearcats reached the Final Four was back in 2019 with Coach Joe Baltz. That was the only time in school history that they have reached the Final Four.
We'll see if they can have a run here tonight into the semifinals. The winner of this matchup will play the Pulaski Academy Lady Bruins, a tough matchup for any team. So if, you know, Nashville or Brookland is able to come out of tonight the winner, they're going to have a tough matchup ahead of them tomorrow.
Yeah, kind of a rough start so far for Brookland. Nashville's on that 4-0 run and just been turnover after turnover so far.
Going to be another tip by Basilier. Paulsgrove We'll see Kylie Brown in the pass out to Paulsgrove. And it's going to be intercepted yet again by McCauley that time. Down the floor is number 24. The top of the key, Dean. Kick out Basilier on the left wing. The tray ball will not fall. Goes off the back iron. Anna Watson on the O board.
Yeah, they got to watch out for Basilier. You know, she's not only a big man for this team, but she can also shoot the tray ball.
We'll see that time. The shot will not fall. Amelia Ford going to end up with the ball in her court.
Great hustle from Amelia Ford there to be able to pick up that rebound.
Paulsgrove will drive, throws up a shot attempt, and there will be contact. 2 free throws awarded to Evan Paulsgrove.
Yeah, Evan Paulsgrove, kind of lucky there that she was able to draw contact. She needs to hit these free throws because so far Nashville leads 4-0.
Paulsgrove, in that Stuttgart matchup that we mentioned earlier, was able to drop 32 points. I asked her if that was the career high of points that she had scored, and she said it was. So, you know, this season has been Paulsgrove's season to shine, really. It's her senior year, ready to go out with a bang.
She misses both free throws there, though, with 5:30 left to go in the first quarter.
Dean will drive, throws up a shot attempt with the right hand. It won't fall. Rims out into the hands of Cassidy King. Paulsgrove behind the back with the handles.
Yeah, Carolina Dean, you got to watch out for her, man. She's a really great defender, already poking the ball free from Evan.
King over to Ford. Kick out. It's going to be a baseline drive. Kick out. Brewer on the right wing. It will not fall. It goes a little bit too far to the left of the iron. It will just fall short.
Yeah, Brookland yet to score so far.
A nice pull-up from Dean that time, and a shot off the back glass going to force a timeout. You're watching the Class 4A Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association State Basketball Tournament.
Since 1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their families' futures. Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank is proud to continue supporting our communities, including our students and athletes. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
We welcome you back here on the campus of Panther Arena. We're going to see Paulsgrove down the floor. There will be a stop and play immediately.
Yeah, Carolina Dean hit that big three-pointer from about a couple feet away from that three-point line. It was able to bank it in, so this Nashville team is already on a 7-0 run. Brookland needs to really start striking here.
Paulsgrove going to be able to get it out to Brown. King in the right corner, going to be trapped, able to pass it. Going to go to Amelia Ford. We'll see the handles from Paulsgrove. Dean almost tipped it again. And she'll throw up a shot attempt and will draw contact. The foul will be against Basilier.
Yeah, so far 2 team fouls apiece for both squads. Brookland still yet to strike, already only 4:24 left to go in the first quarter.
Kylie Brown going to be on the pass in for Brookland. Out to Brewer in the right corner for 3. It's going to be overshot. Paulsgrove able to recover it, though. Out to Ford. Ford going to pop the mid-range from behind the free throw line. Not going to go.
So far, the shot selection has just not been there for Brookland in the early going. Still yet to even strike on the board.
We'll see Carolina Dean for the tray ball. It will not go. It's going to be on the right wing. Amelia Ford on that rebound. Kylie Brown back down for Brookland. She'll drive, kick out to Brewer. King almost going to fall out of bounds. Basilier going to take the ball right back for the Lady Scrappers. Dean passes it down to number 24 in the paint, gets the easy put up.
Yeah, Nashville now is on a 9-0 run to Brookland. Brookland has yet to even score in this first quarter.
It's been a rocky start for them. We could see them pick it up as the match goes on. Kylie Brown going to drive, not going to be able to get the shot off. Dean with the rebound. Dean at the top of the key for Nashville. Step back 3. And the shot will fall for Dean. What a pull-up.
Yeah, Dean, back-to-back threes for her. She's already got 6 on the night with 2 3-pointers. Now Nashville on a 12-0 run with 3:02 left to go in the first quarter.
We'll see contact drawn as Paulsgrove attempted to drive down the floor. With 3 minutes even. No points on the board for Brookland.
Yeah, within the first 5 minutes, Brookland has yet to even score. Not a good sign. Brookland can't even strike early here. And like we mentioned before, Nashville now on a 12-0 run.
I think they've done a decent job on their defensive game. It's just offense that hasn't quite been there. A jump ball will be called. It'll stay with the Lady Bearcats, a call I'm sure they're happy with.
Yeah, Kylie Brown's going to be passing in here. Brookland, they really need a bucket. And it's starting to become desperate for one.
Paulsgrove at the top of the key has Dean on her. Will drive, throws up the mid-range. That shot's not going to fall. Gets her own O-board. Attempts to put it up, and there will be contact, that time from Ford.
Yeah, great job from Amelia Ford to kind of basically help Evan Paulsgrove after the 2 misses. Ford able to draw contact, so maybe even Amelia Ford can be the first one to strike and put points on the scoreboard for the Lady Bearcats.
There's been a few turnovers here. Brooklyn not able to convert on anything just yet. Not even able to get a bucket up.
They were going to have her shoot free throws, but now Kylie Brown's going to pass back in. It's 14 fouls over on Nashville compared to Brookland's 2.
That's going to go to Paulsgrove. Spin move, and she will draw contact that time as well. Nashville coming into the match very high on their defensive game with a lot of aggression.
Yeah, that will put Nashville in the bonus here. Still a 12-0 run here. Now Evan Paulsgrove at the line.
Paulsgrove going to strike first for Brookland with 1 free throw.
Yeah, finally able to get a score here for the Lady Bearcats.
She'll go 2 for 2. We could see Brookland pick it up now. Dean going to drive, pops the mid-range. It will not fall. Offensive rebound. Watson, step back. In the right corner, another O-board. Winston able to tip it, but we'll see Basilier go back up.
Brookland not able to get a lot of defensive rebounds. They're allowing Nashville to get offensive rebounds here. That's not really a good sign here, as Nashville is going to be at the line to try to extend that lead.
We're going to see McCauley go up for her first, and it will not fall. And the second shot will fall for McCauley. Now going to be 13-2. Kylie Brown over to Paulsgrove. Paulsgrove with the handle. She'll drive, throws up the mid-range floater. It's not going to go. More contact, but that time going to be on the rebound.
Yeah.
Kitchens gets the defensive rebound.
Yeah, with 2:07 left to go here in the first quarter, Cassidy King will sub back in for Amelia Ford. It's a 13-2 lead Nashville has over the Lady Bearcats. Lady Bearcats really struggling and having a slow first half here.
Down the floor is going to be McCauley. We're going to see Basilier drive, throws a shot attempt up, it will not fall. Kitchens going to attempt to get the putback. Will fall off the bottom right corner of the back glass. Dean going to take it from Kylie Brown. It's going to go back to Basilier. Watson going to get the ball stolen from her as she rebounds. Paulsgrove down the floor for Brookland. We'll see it over to Brewer. Down in the paint to Cassidy King. Dean has been all over the place on defense. So aggressive, so much pressure.
Yeah, Cassidy really needed help there, man. She just started getting swarmed by Lady Scrappers, specifically Carolina Dean. Carolina Dean gets a hand on it, so it's going to be a jump ball, so it's going to go back to Nashville here. Brookland just really not having a good first quarter.
Dean on the right wing, over to Basilier at the top of the key. Kitchens will drive, kick out, but Cassidy King going to intercept the pass. Down to Brewer.
Great read from Cassidy King there to be able to get that steal.
A lob over to Zoe Winston. They've got to find a shot here. They need some momentum back. Kylie Brown will drive, throws up a shot, and it will fall in the paint.
So Kylie Brown is actually the first Lady Bearcat to get a proper bucket in this first quarter. Great job from her.
Point deficit breaks its way down to 9. Dean with the pull-up. It's going to be a long mid-range, not going to fall. End up in Kylie Brown's hands after it was tipped by a few different people. The ball will fall out of bounds off of Kylie Brown.
There was a 3-second difference on the shot clock and game clock here inside Panther Arena, but with less than 30 seconds to go here, no shot clock remaining, 22.9 or 29.2 on the clock.
Dean at the top of the key. 20 seconds left to play. It's over to Kitchens. She'll drive. Attempts to throw up the mid-range. Will draw contact with 15.8.
So both teams will reach bonus here in the first quarter with 13-4 here. Nashville still with a lead.
We're going to see Kitchens, and no good on her first. Going to go up for her second to extend the lead to double digits. And the shot will fall that time. The Lady Scrappers up by 10 against Brookland. Kylie Brown down the floor for the Lady Bearcats. Over to Brewer. Winston gonna pop the tray ball from the right wing. Zoe Winston, the young sophomore talent for Brookland, gonna be able to get the shot off to end off the first quarter. Brookland gonna be down, having 7 points. Nashville up with 14. You're watching the Class 4A Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association State Basketball Tournament.
I said I'd never join. Thought living on sub would be too hard.
I figured only the weatherman tracks storms.
I said my job wouldn't matter.
Never knew how strong I was. I never thought this would be my commute.
I figured I'd never get out of my hometown or be the one who stops an attack.
Joining the Navy sounds crazy.
Saying never actually is.
Back on the floor of Panther Arena, Brookland currently down by 7. Nashville doubles their score, 14. Kylie Brown going to be on the pass out. It's going to go to Paulsgrove. It'll be tipped out of bounds off of the hands of Dean.
Brookland keeping possession here in the early second quarter with 7:55 to go.
Kylie Brown down the floor for Brookland. Pass down to Brewer. They've got to find a shot here. It's been a difficult road to get here for Brookland, especially this game. They've not had a great opening quarter, but they're going to try to find a shot attempt. Brewer in the left corner for 3. It will not go. On the rebound, there will be a foul called on number 22, Zoe Winston.
Yeah, Winston, who actually went up for the rebound, she ended up fouling, and you can really just see how visibly frustrated the Lady Bearcats are so far here in the second quarter, down 14-7.
Caroline Dean down to Basilier. The shot will be, or the pass, excuse me, will be tipped by Paulsgrove into the hands of Cassidy King.
Great defensive effort from Paulsgrove there, trying to get the Lady Bearcats back here on offense. They need a bucket.
It's going to be stolen by Basilier as Kylie Brown attempts a pass. Dean going to be down the floor. Baseline drive and a put-up attempt from number 24.
Kylie Brown getting cleared. They're actually going to call a foul on number 15 of Nashville. That will go against Sophia McCauley. Be a one-team foul apiece here in the second quarter with 6:58 to go.
Kylie Brown down the floor for Brookland. They're trying to make something happen here. Come back at least tying the ball game. Paulsgrove with the mid-range. It's going to be overshot, but King going to be on the rebound and passes it up to the top of the key. We'll see it stolen with a right-hand finesse by Basilier. She'll take it coast to coast. A nice cradle.
You can't let Basilier get that ball like that. I mean, it kind of seemed like Cassidy King was stuck there. She was forced to pass out. Basilier ended up stealing it away from Evan Paulsgrove, so that will get them another bucket, 16-7 with 6:18 left to go.
Kylie Brown trying to find someone to kick it out to. It's going to be Paulsgrove at the top of the key, who will sink the three-pointer.
A huge three-pointer for Evan Paulsgrove that will finally put Brookland in double digits, down by 6 here. But like I said earlier, it can't just be Evan Paulsgrove on offense.
We're going to see Dean step back three. It will not fall off the back iron. Watson going to go off her foot, but they will get the O-board and a put-up from number 24.
Yeah, Brookland just unable to get a rebound there. Will lead to another Nashville offensive rebound, and that's been a big problem so far in this first half. Brookland is allowing Nashville to keep getting offensive rebounds.
Kick out, Zoe Winston, right corner for three. It's not going to fall. Brookland with an 8-point deficit, but Nashville continuing their rampage. We're going to see a drive here from Basilier. Spin move, falls off the front iron, but a nice putback from McCauley.
And you could just see how frustrated Evan Paulsgrove is up here at our broadcast booth. She is extremely upset at her own team.
Kylie Brown gonna drive, throws up a shot attempt, and there will be contact. Foul will be called. Kylie Brown gonna go to the line here to shoot two.
Not entirely sure who the foul was called on, but Kylie Brown will be shooting 2 free throw shots, down by 10 here with 5:08 to go.
Kylie Brown gonna be no good off the back iron. Another thing I'd like to mention, if Brookland was able to make it to Banco ZK, that will be the second appearance of this sports season for high school play for some of these seniors, because they also play 4A state volleyball and went to the finals winning that championship.
3 championships to be exact.
We'll see a pass in here from the Lady Bearcats. Paulsgrove down the floor for Brookland, gonna pass it down to Brewer. Emily Coleman, right corner for the tray ball. It will not go. Basilier on that rebound.
Coleman was going to try to get her own rebound there, but Nashville was able to get a hand on it, so they're back on offense.
And a right-hand finesse drive from number 24. The Lady Scrappers running away with it a bit.
Yeah, this has been a rough first half for the Lady Bearcats here. Just not able to get anything to go. And the defensive pressure from Nashville, something I noticed in the 4A4 regional a lot, it's been really getting to them.
We'll see a jump ball. Paulsgrove gonna fall hard on the court. Basilier, gonna fight with her over it, and it will be in favor of the Lady Scrappers.
Yeah, Kylie Brown thought the ball was going to go back towards Brookland, but that was a jump ball that was for Nashville, so Carolina Dean will take it back down here with 6:21 to go.
The left corner is Basilier. Spin move, puts a shot attempt up. It will not go. Kylie Brown going to be on that rebound.
That's a rebound from Brown. We've got 4:05 left to go here.
Emily Coleman going to be no good on that put up in the paint. Be taken right back by Dean. Dean at the top of the key. It's been a slow start here for Brookland. Pass down in the paint to number 24. She'll draw contact. Able to get some free throws off.
Pretty sure the foul call will be on number 20, Cassidy King. So it'll be the second team foul for Brookland here. 2 team fouls apiece here in the second quarter.
Her first free throw attempt will not fall. Amelia Ford going to check back in for the Lady Bearcats after Coleman fouled. And the second shot will be drained for the Lady Scrappers. Cassidy King going to be on the pass in. It's to Evan Paulsgrove. Paulsgrove down the floor for Brookland, trying to find someone to give it out to, and they will call a travel against her.
Evan Paulsgrove looking over at Mitchell Weber asking, what am I supposed to do? She just said that. I could just see her mouth those words, what am I supposed to do? She's getting constantly double teamed. They need to start helping Evan Paulsgrove. She can't just do everything.
We're going to see Basilier get past two Lady Bearcat defenders for the easy shot off the back glass.
25-10 here at a 15-point lead for Nashville. They are just outclassing Brookland so far.
Dean on the drive, right-handed layup will fall. We'll see a timeout. You're watching the Class 4A Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association State Basketball Tournament.
We are pioneers, dreamers, the ones they said would never make it, and the ones still trying. We're lifesavers, life changers, those who bring life to your world. We're where compassion meets precision and empowerment meets innovation. An expert system of care where love abounds so that God can do the impossible. We are NEA Baptist.
You've got to have someone that understands what you are doing as a mission. Community bankers are important that way because they understand the community relationships that we have to form to be successful.
I feel like First Community Bank and Myers Davis, our cultures are so similar. It is all about relationship.
It's a real boon to our community to have a bank like First Community to be supportive of so many things.
They're willing to take a chance on entrepreneurs, which is helpful to make the community grow.
Back here on the floor of Panther Arena, it's been a tough one for the Brookland Lady Bearcats as Nashville leads by 17 points.
Yeah, down 27-10 here with 3:19 left to go in this first half. Brookland really struggling. Evan needs some help here.
Berkeley Brewer down the floor for the Lady Bearcats. She's going to be on the right wing, pass out to Paulsgrove. Paulsgrove will drive, gets it down to King, and she will draw contact in the paint.
Great eye from Evan Paulsgrove to be able to bounce past that, get that into Cassidy King's hand. Cassidy King couldn't even put a shot up before she was already fouled, so she'll go to the line here to shoot 2 free throws, 3 team fouls for Nashville compared to Brookland's 2.
If they're not going to be able to put up a lot of shot attempts, you know, they're going to have to convert on these free throw attempts. Cassidy King not able to there on the first. We'll see if she can change that up for the second. And the second shot will fall for Cassidy King.
Yeah, she was able to hit that second free throw, but man, Brookland has been struggling at the free throw line so far.
We're going to see Dean down the floor for Nashville. Pass out, Basilier, top of the key. It's going to be a misread. It's going to go past the hands of number 10, Kennedy. Tipped out by Lady Bearcat. Nashville going to keep it. Dean at the top of the key. Nashville trying to extend their lead. They're already up by 16. Might as well keep going, keep trying to win. Dean in the right corner for the tray ball. It's going to fall off the front iron. An O-board that time. Kick out. We'll see Dean for another tray ball attempt. Won't fall off the back iron. Kylie Brown going to get to the ball before Dean that time. A good hustle play from Brown. A throw up from Paulsgrove in the mid-range. Won't fall. O-board from Brewer. Brewer trying to find a shot attempt. Gets it down to Paulsgrove off the back glass. A nice read there from Berkeley Brewer.
Evan Paulsgrove now sits at 7 points. It's 27-13. Brookland still down here with 2:05 left to go in the first half.
Dean going to be in the right corner, passes it down to Watson. 3 Bearcat defenders on her, still able to get it.
Yeah, Watson, such a great player offensively. Brookland, they got to start containing her.
We're going to see Kylie Brown slip and fall on the floor. It'll be intercepted that time by Basilier. It's going to be Watson in the left corner for 3. It will not fall. Brookland lucky that Nashville hasn't been able to convert very much. We will see a jump ball. It's going to be in favor of Brookland. pass in is going to be to Paulsgrove. Full court press here from Nashville. There will be contact. Evan Paulsgrove thought that Brown would be there sooner.
I would just say this about Nashville. Number 33, Carolina Dean, she brings a different type of energy when she gets on the court. I can just see up here from the broadcast booth just the kind of energy and excitement she brings for her team.
Nice job from Ford that time, knowing she was trudging out of bounds, getting the ball passed to her. Got it out on number 10, Scrivener, for Nashville. Able to keep the ball for Brookland. Pass out to Kylie Brown at the top of the key. She'll drive, attempts to get a floater, but it will be blocked. No contact will be called. A clean block from the Lady Scrappers. Down the court is Dean. She will drive, passes it down to Watson. Watson not expecting the pass over. It'll roll off of her hands and out of bounds. Brookland gonna have to be able to convert.
Now you can see just up here from our broadcast booth, Carolina Dean visibly upset with about that play. She tried to get it off to number 4, Angel Watson. Watson just not catching it, so it goes out of bounds. 29-13 with about a minute left to go.
Paulsgrove gonna pass down to Brewer. Kylie Brown baseline. We'll see a foul call.
Yeah, foul call will go on against Watson. It'll go on number 4 of Nashville. So back at the line here, Kylie Brown. She missed both of her free throws last time. That's been a problem for Brookland. They've not been consistent from the free throw line. They need to hit these.
Even if it is free throws, it'll still get them some shots on the board. The first one will not fall. Brookland in bonus, meaning every foul that happens, they will go to the line here. Kylie Brown going to go up for a second, and the shot will fall that time.
That's 5 team fouls on Nashville compared to Brookland's 2 team fouls. Less than a minute to go here. Brookland in the bonus, but they're down 29-14.
15 points separate the score. We'll see Dean at the top of the key. Dean in the right corner, skip pass out to Basilier. Basilier will drive for the mid-range. It will not fall. Cassidy King going to be on that rebound for the Lady Bearcats. Paulsgrove trying to get down the floor, going to be double teamed. Needs to find someone to give it to. It will be King. Will go out of bounds off of the Lady Bearcats. Kylie Brown not able to get a handle on it in time.
Just constant turnovers for Brookland. That's been the story of this first half. The turnovers after turnovers, they've really got to fix this in the second half. I can't even imagine what Coach Weber's going to talk about in the locker room.
We're going to see Dean kick out. There will be a travel call.
So Brookland will have the last possession here. No shot clock inside Panther Arena. 6.4 on the clock. Brookland, this would be a great chance if they can get a three-point play. Bring up some momentum going into the second half.
Kylie Brown going to be on the pass out. It'll go to Paulsgrove. Dean not letting her get past. Spin move.
Yeah, they're going to call it up and down on Evan Paulsgrove. She ends up causing another turnover, so about 1.7 seconds left. Nashville with the last possession, and they have a chance to actually get a shot off in time.
We're going to see a pass in to Dean. Kylie Brown going to take it. Not enough time for a shot attempt. Nashville going to lead it 29-14 going into the half. You're watching the Class 4A Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association State Basketball Tournament.
I chose a car that would be safe for our family. And when it comes to our financial future, I don't take any chances there either. That's why we bank with Centennial. They give me everything I could want in a bank, from the latest technology to great service. But the biggest thing they give me is confidence. So in a time when there's plenty of things to worry about, my money isn't one of them.
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
When you look at St. Bernard's today, you'll see history being made, day after day. Because the people of St. Bernard's never stop providing healing that goes beyond medicine, beyond the walls of our hospitals and clinics. And our mission grows stronger every day. A mission started by sisters determined to bring healing to all those in need, today and for generations to come. St. Bernard's, 125 years of healing beyond medicine.
Since 1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their families' futures. Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank is proud to continue supporting our communities, including our students and athletes. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDI.
Upgrade to a new Train home comfort system with Air today and receive up to $2,500 in instant rebates and tax incentives. Special financing is available, subject to credit approval. Call Air today, your trusted heat and air company.
It's hard to... A Ritter Go-Getter gets everything done, and Ritter Gig Internet can handle a ton. You'll create art for the whole world to see, find new ways to support all your teams, and arrange new arrangements for arranging your screens. You'll game, you'll stream, you'll bike to... You can't. Create filtered water for you and your plants. Or watch video instructions for hemming your pants. With Ritter Internet, look at all you'll accomplish. Connect all your devices and, schmabomplish? With Wi-Fi this fast, there can be none better. So get in touch and be a Ritter Go-Getter.
You need a job, a future. So what should you do? Where should you go? At ASU Newport, the answer is just down the road. With 3 campuses tailored to different skill sets, ready to set you soaring with in-demand skills and unlimited earning potential. Our Jonesboro campus features programs in welding, patient care technology, advanced manufacturing, and more. Start your future now at ASU Newport, your community college.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Attention sports enthusiasts, get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryan. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryan. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
If you grew up playing basketball in this state, you recognize their names. Isaiah Joe, Bobby Portis, Malik Monk. They may be playing in the association now, but they got their start here. You want to find out who the next Shakina Strickland, Kristen Williams, or Austin Reeves is? Just tune in starting March 13th, and it runs all weekend long. For all the ways to watch, just log on to myarpbs.org/sports.
We are pioneers, dreamers, the ones they said would never make it, and the ones still trying. We're lifesavers, life changers, those who bring life to your world. We're where compassion meets precision and empowerment meets innovation. An expert system of care where love abounds so that God can do the impossible. We are NEA Baptist.
We join you back.
It's time.
We join you back on the floor here at Panther Arena. Alex, what do you think Brookland needs to improve on going into the second half?
Quickly, I want to mention, and we appreciate all the YouTube viewers that are joining in, or all the viewers that are listening to the radio right now on 107.9 KISS FM, part of the EAB Sports Network. So far, Nashville, they get a big lead. They have a big lead over Brookland right now, 29-14. If I'm just being completely honest with you, Ethan, as a former play-by-play announcer for Bearcat Nation for the last 2 years, if I'm just being honest, I might sound a little harsh right now, but Evan Posgrove can't do it all. And if I'm just being honest, the story of that first half alone was Evan Posgrove looking at Coach Mitchell Weber, throwing her arms up in the air and saying, what am I supposed to do? Because what is she supposed to do? She's constantly being double teamed. She doesn't have a lot of help right now. In the second half, Brookland, they've got to help her. They got to help Evan Posgrove. Evan can't do it all by herself. Cassidy King needs to step up. Berkeley Brewer needs to step up and start hitting shots. They have a chance, and they have the ability and the skill to beat Nashville. They're just not using their ability or skill. They expect Posgrove to do everything right now, and that's their biggest problem. They're also allowing way too many offensive rebounds for Nashville. There's so many things that they need to work on right now in this going into the second half even.
They just have not been able to fight against Dean or Basilier. Both of those players obviously very aggressive for the Lady Scrappers. It's been a tough matchup to watch. You know, both teams trying their absolute hardest. Brookland going to try to pick it up in the second half. Nashville going to try to continue their lead. You're watching the Class 4A Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association State Basketball Tournament.
We are pioneers, dreamers, the ones they said would never make it, and the ones still trying. We're lifesavers, life changers, those who bring life to your world. We're where compassion meets precision and empowerment meets innovation, an expert system of care where love abounds so that God can do the impossible. We are NEA Baptist.
I said I'd never join. Thought living on a sub would be too hard.
I figured only the weatherman track storms.
I said my job wouldn't matter. Never knew how strong I was. I never thought this would be my commute.
I figured I'd never get out of my hometown. Or be the one who stops an attack.
Joining the Navy sounds crazy.
Saying never actually is.
You've got to have someone that understands what you are doing as a mission. Community bankers are important that way because they understand the community relationships that we have to form to be successful.
I feel like First Community Bank and Myers-Davis, our cultures are so similar. It is all about relationships.
It's a real boon to our community to have a bank like First Community to be supportive of so many things.
They're willing to take a chance on entrepreneurs, which is helpful to make the community grow.
Upgrade to a new Train home comfort system with Air today and receive up to $2,500 in instant rebates and tax incentives. Special financing is available, subject to credit approval. Call Air today, your trusted heat and air company.
It's hard to stop a train.
Back on the floor of Panther Arena as halftime ends. Nashville going to be up 29-14 against Brookland. Brookland hasn't been able to do a lot so far against the Lady Scrappers. We'll see if they can pick it up here in the second half.
I'm very interested to know what Coach Mitchell Weber had to say in the locker room. This first half was extremely rough for Brookland. They've got to come out here in the second half. They've got to stop allowing Nashville to keep getting offensive rebounds. Evan needs some help. She's constantly being double-teamed on every single play, and Nashville, they're starting to realize that, and they're starting to play with Brookland a little bit. They're starting to capitalize on that with Brookland. So they've really got to change it around. So I'm curious to see how the second half can play out for the Lady Bearcats.
Still, it's only a 15-point deficit. A lot of points to make up, don't get me wrong, but we've seen Brookland come back from games like this before. Basilier going to be on the kick out. We're going to see Dean for the tray ball attempt. She'll sink it off the left wing to start out this half.
They left Carolina Dean way too open, and that's another problem that's starting to carry in from the first half. They left her way too open on the left wing.
Their spacing has not been what it usually is.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Nashville's an extremely powerful team. This is probably the best team Brookland has played all year, but Brookland is not playing up to their standard.
Emily Coleman trying to get past this intense defense. Passes it down to King. We'll see a kick out to Paulsgrove. Left wing tray ball will sink it. Evan Paulsgrove having some good looks there from her teammates.
I'll put Evan in the 10, in the double-digit mark here, down 32-17 with 7:05 left to go here in the third.
Dean in the left wing, pass out to Basilier. Brookland finally starting to bring it home a little bit. Paulsgrove gonna get it back after Coleman tips it. She'll finish up the layup, executes on the right-hand finesse.
Just like you said, great execution from Emily Coleman. She's got to keep doing that. Her defensive effort has been really solid so far in this game. She's starting to pick it up here in the second half, so great turnover that Brookland gets over Nashville and a nice Evan Paulsgrove finish.
Pull up, right wing, it will not fall off the side of the right iron. Berkeley Brewer gonna be on that rebound. Paulsgrove down the floor, it's gonna go off of her foot. Dean gonna recover it. It'll be put up. Left hand finesse from number 24 off the back glass.
That's Dean's defensive pressure. I mean, she is just so good defensively, able to cause loose balls, cause turnovers into points. So that one just an unfortunate play for Brookland.
Emily Coleman drives, and there will be a foul called against Angel Watson. Brookland gonna stay with possession of the ball. It'll go out to Amelia Ford. Brookland finally adapting to this new starting five, this new lineup without Chloe Rodriguez. Emily Coleman gonna throw up a shot attempt. It will not go. Basilier on that rebound. They're missing out on that height in the paint. They don't have a big man down there to rebound it. Somebody who's tall. And we'll see step back tray ball from Dean. The shot will not go. Basilier on the putback. Amelia Ford over to Paulsgrove. Paulsgrove down the floor for Brookland. Behind the back is Paulsgrove. Paulsgrove with the handles. Kick over to Berkeley Brewer for the tray ball. We're almost going to see an O-board, but it will be tipped out of bounds on Basilier. Brookland gonna keep possession of it.
We'll have to give that out to Emily Coleman on the top of the key. Will miss off the right side of the rim. Ball will go out of bounds on Nashville. So the Lady Bearcats will pass back in. It will be Evan Paulsgrove with 5:13 left to go here in the third quarter. 34-19 is the score so far. We'll get that in for Evan Paulsgrove. Will miss the layup, so Nashville will get the ball back here.
All right. Dean gonna pass over. Right wing tray ball coming in from Hager. She'll get her own O-board and put back in the paint.
Great job from her. Able to get that one back off with her right hand, able to push it inside the rim, so a great floater attempt. And Nashville will strike again, 36-19 with 4:40 left to go.
Coleman got to find someone to hand it off to. It's going to be Paulsgrove, was trapped in the corner. Paulsgrove step back, mid-range jumper.
Paulsgrove's going to do what she does. That's 14 points for her now in this game. We'll make it 36-21.
The tides are changing for the Brookland Lady Bearcats. They're starting to pick it up. We'll see Hager on another left wing tray ball. She'll sink it for Nashville. It'll go down to Coleman. Coleman way over to Berkeley Brewer. Paulsgrove tries to fight, kick out. We're going to see it down to Cassidy King off the back glass. Will not fall, but Ford going to be on the putback. Brookland's chemistry, we're starting to see it shine through.
Yeah, they're starting to change it around just a little bit here, and that's a good thing if you're a Lady Bearcat fan.
We're going to see it past Basilier's hands, able to get it back to Dean. Dean will drive, kick out right corner, pump fake for number 24. The tray ball won't fall. Cassidy King on the rebound.
Berkeley Brewer honestly lucky that Sneaver wasn't able to hit that corner three after making her jump.
Paulsgrove way over to Brewer. It's going to go off of her hands and out of bounds.
Berkeley Brewer just not able to catch that basketball. It's going to roll right outside of her. So the Lady Scrappers will get the ball back here. It's 39-23 here with 3:24 left to go.
Even though Brookland has a lot of points to make up for, they're still keeping up with Nashville. Kylie Brown going to check in for Cassidy King. Still anybody's ball game. It's early in the second half, but we'll see if Brookland can pick it up. Dean going to be in the right wing. Over to Hager. In the right corner again is number 24 on that tray ball. Be her second three of the night.
Yeah, once again, and it was in the exact same position too, in that on that right side corner, close to the away section of the crowd here tonight. Nashville, they extend that lead 42-23 with 3 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. 2 team fouls for the Lady Scrappers compared to Brookland 0.
Paulsgrove gonna drive, trying to get past Dean. Needs to get it over to Brewer. Lady Bearcats with some good ball movement. They gotta find an opening for a shot here. They need it desperately, down by 19. Coleman tries to get it past. It will be tipped by Basilier. Basilier gonna take it. Coleman tried to bully her out of bounds, but it's gonna stay with Nashville. Dean down the floor for Nashville from way beyond the arc for 3. It's not gonna fall. Gets her own O-board after it's tipped around. A put back, not gonna fall. It's gonna stay with the Lady Scrappers.
They just let Carolina Dean get 2 back-to-back offensive rebounds.
Dean, kick out. We'll see a drive here, mid-range floater from number 24. The points are racking up here for Nashville.
That's a problem that was happening in the first half. They're letting it bleed into the second half here. Brooklyn, they keep allowing Nashville getting their own offensive rebounds. That's been a big issue for Brooklyn so far.
Berkeley tried to pass it down to Ford. Dean gonna swipe it, takes it coast to coast, not able to get the finish on it, but Amelia Ford gonna be right there to get the ball back for Brooklyn.
Love the hustle play from Amelia Ford.
It's going to go down to Coleman. Coleman with the baseline drive and a shot off the back glass. A nice bank from Coleman.
Great job from Emily. She was able to cut across and go baseline with it. Puts it up with the right hand off the back glass to try to kind of close that lead that Nashville has, 44-25 with 1:25 to go.
We're going to see Basilier attempt to drive that time. It's going to fall off of her hands out of bounds. Winston going to check in for Brookland. Coleman coming out of the ball game. We're going to see Paulsgrove on the pass in, trying to find someone to give it to. It's going to be Kylie Brown. Kylie Brown, pass down to Winston. Winston wasn't going to be there.
Yeah, that pass intended for the youngster Zoe Winston, just way too far to the right. That one literally going right out of bounds. That was a bad pass there. Nashville still leads 44-25, 1:19 now left to go in the third quarter.
We're going to see Dean down the floor for Nashville. 19 points separates the score still. It's a tough one, but Brookland can make a comeback if they choose. It's going to be down to Basilier. Winston going to fight for the ball to end up in King's hands.
Great job from Zoe. I love that hustle effort to be able to get that ball back for Brookland.
And a floater from Paulsgrove. It'll rattle around the rim, but will eventually fall. Dean down the floor for the Lady Scrappers. Over to number 25, Hager. We're going to see Basilier attempt to get the put up. Contact will be drawn. There will be a foul on number 22, Zoe Winston. Hager going to be on the pass in with 36 seconds even left to play. 1 second separating shot clock from game clock. We're going to see Basilier top the key 3 coming up. It's not going to fall. It's going to be an O-board though. Kick out. Hager in the mid-range. It's going to be Basilier again for the tray ball. That time it's not going to fall either. It goes into the hands of King. A foul will be called on the rebound.
Finally, Cassidy King able to come up with a defensive rebound. But again, Brooklyn, they keep allowing Nashville to get back-to-back offensive rebounds. They got to stop doing that. They got to fight more to try to get that rebound.
Brooklyn has been definitely making a comeback here in the third, but we'll see if it's going to be enough in order to make it through the fourth. Berkeley Brewer going to attempt to pass it back as she goes out of bounds.
To be honest, I don't know where that ball was going to. Berkeley Brewer, I think she was trying to get it to Evan Paulsgrove, just overshot it, almost going to the first row.
You could see Paulsgrove just stand there as she saw the pass go by with disappointment on her face.
Yeah, you could just see Evan Paulsgrove's vividly just been so upset this entire ball game.
Dean on the right wing, 5 seconds left to shoot. It's going to be way over in the corner to number 10. It will not fall, and that is going to be the end of the third. Nashville leads 44-27. You're watching the Class 4A Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association State Basketball Tournament.
I said I'd never join.
Thought living on sub would be too hard. I figured only the weatherman track storms.
I said my job wouldn't matter. Never knew how strong I was. I never thought this would be my commute.
I figured I'd never get out of my hometown or be the one who stops an attack.
Joining the Navy sounds crazy. Saying never actually is.
Joining you back here on the floor of Panther Arena, Nashville comes into the fourth, leading 44-27. We're going to see Brookland with possession of the ball. Paulsgrove going to be on that pass in.
We're live here on YouTube and also on the radio station 100.9 KISS FM, powered by the Arkansas Activities Association and EAB Sports.
We're going to see right wing pass way over to Berkeley Brewer. She's going to lose her handle on it, and it's going to be a turnover for Nashville.
Yeah, that's just going to be another turnover on Brookland. That's just really been the story of this game, the constant turnovers that the Lady Bearcats have been having in this game.
We're going to see a put up from number 24 in the paint. It'll be slammed out of bounds, staying with Nashville. Brookland down by 17 points. The clock is winding down with 7:40 left to play in this matchup. Brookland going to have to get a lot of momentum moving if they want to come out the winner of this matchup. Right wing tray ball going to be from number 24. Gets the O board. Nobody's going to find it from Brookland. We're going to see Watson kick it out. Number 15 out to Dean. Watson step back in the left corner for three. It's going to roll out. Another O board for Nashville, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Brookland has seriously got to stop letting them do that. I mean, it's just constant. The constant offensive rebounds that Nashville's getting over Brookland. I mean, it's every play.
Coleman down the floor for Brookland. We're going to see a pass out to Brewer on the left wing for three, and it will not fall that time. It's going to end up in the hands of Brewer.
Great hustle, though, from Berkeley Brewer that time.
And we're going to see a short stop and play for a Brookland timeout. You're watching the Class 4A Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association State Basketball Tournament.
You've got to have someone that understands what you are doing as a mission. Community bankers are important that way because they understand the community relationships that we have to form to be successful.
I feel like First Community Bank and Myers Davis, our cultures are so similar. It is all about relationship.
It's a real boon to our community to have a bank like First Community to be supportive of so many things.
They're willing to take a chance on entrepreneurs, which is helpful to make the community grow.
On the floor of Panther Arena, we join you back as Brookland going to try to bring it back. Paulsgrove on that mid-range from the pass from Cassidy King.
I want to say this, Evan Paulsgrove has 18 of her team's 29 points in the quarterfinals.
Dean going to be over to Basilier. Basilier left wing, attempts to drive. We'll see a foul called on number 21, Emily Coleman. This is not what Brookland needs right now.
No, not at all.
Nashville already up by 15 points, and they're going to keep possession. Kick out, number 24. In the left corner, over to Watson. Back out to Dean, not going to pop the tray ball. Hands it over to her teammate. It's going to rattle around the rim, but it will fall for number 24.
They just left her wide open again on that left wing, and they just turned it right back over.
And we're going to see number 24 kick out to Basilier for the tray ball. Brookland going to lose it again. It's going to go out on them as they try to get the rebound and fumble it. Basilier on the pass in, out to number 24. So back down to Basilier. They're going to tip it, but it's going to be out on number 15, McCauley. If she wouldn't have dove for it, might have been out on Brookland. Coleman out to Paulsgrove. Paulsgrove will drive down the floor, behind the back pass to herself. We're going to see a travel called against Emily Coleman. These are the mistakes that Brookland should not be making in the fourth quarter of the quarterfinals of the Class 4A state tournament.
I mean, Brookland just getting outclassed so far against Nashville. Nashville is, they've been playing an awesome game so far. Brookland just not been able to compete. The only one that's been able to compete is Evan Paulsgrove.
We're going to see Watson in the left corner tray ball. It will go out on one of the lady scrappers. Brookland trying to make something happen here, but seeing how it's been, might lead to another turnover.
Yeah, 47-29. Lady Scrappers still with a massive lead over Brookland with 5:40 left to go in the fourth.
We're going to see it pass down to Berkeley Brewer. Coleman going to drive and will slip and fall on the floor. There will be a foul called as she draws contact. Coleman going to go up to the line here. The first shot will not fall for Brookland. Coleman going to go up for a second, and that shot will fall, only down by 17, trying to make something happen. Dean down the floor for the Lady Scrappers. Dean, right wing. Trying to find someone to pass it to. It's going to be in the corner to number 24, not going to take the contested tray ball. We'll see a pass down. It will be tipped by King. Amelia Ford not going to be able to keep it for Brookland. There's going to be a tussle. It'll be a jump ball call in favor of the Lady Scrappers. Number 25, Hager, going to be on that pass in. Pass out to number 24 on the left wing. Passes it down to Basilier. Amelia Ford going to fumble it out of bounds.
So Amelia had the basketball. The shot clock went off. The shot clock wasn't for Brookland, though, and I think Amelia Ford might have got confused on that. She fumbles the basketball. It rolls out of bounds, so Nashville back with it. They lead by 17 with less than 5 to go in the fourth quarter.
Dean at the top of the key. A pass over in the right corner for the tray ball. It will not fall that time. We're going to see a foul offensively to Basilier. Brookland down by 17 with a bit less than 5 minutes to play. We're going to see it over to Brewer, left wing, wide open for the tray ball. It will not fall off the back iron. Coleman going to end up with the ball back in her hand, able to get the O-board. Going to pass it, and Dean going to catch it. Foul charge to Kylie Brown. The Lady Scrappers going to keep it. Down the floor is Dean at the top of the key. Over to Watson. Watson down to Basilier with 3 Bearcat defenders on her. In the corner, number 24, step back tray ball. It's not going to fall off the front iron. Evan Paulsgrove on the rebound, down to King. King trying to make something happen. Pass out to Coleman for the tray ball attempt. It's going to be a little bit too far to the left of the rim. rolls out of bounds. Brookland making a lot of sloppy mistakes. Nashville has been up by 17, only been able to get 3 points in this quarter so far. If Brookland could just negate these turnovers, they might be able to put some shots up. Watson gonna sink the tray ball in the left corner.
That's why you can't leave Watson wide open in the corner like that. She's gonna drain it every single time. Watson is a very consistent three-point shooter, and they just turn the ball right back over, Ethan.
Coleman attempted to get the pass out to Brewer. It's gonna go right out of bounds. A 20-point lead here for Nashville. The Lady Scrappers, down the floor is Dean. Dean just dribbling around the perimeter, trying to find it. It's gonna be wide open in the corner for three for Scrivener. It's not gonna fall. Another O-board. Dean gonna drive, kick out again to Scrivener, gonna leave her wide open again. She'll sink it that time in the left corner. Kylie Brown down the floor for Brookland. Kylie Brown gonna pop the mid-range. That shot will fall. Brookland finally starting to make something happen. Dean down the floor for the Lady Scrappers, 2:50 to play. And we're gonna see a tray ball attempt gonna fall off the front iron from the top of the key. Dean gonna end up with the ball in her hand, able to roll it out to one of the Lady Scrappers. Dean passed down in the paint to Basilier. It rolls off of her hands, clearly frustrated. It's gonna be a turnover in the Bearcats' favor.
Yeah, 53-32 here with 2:30 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Really, it's just not been the Lady Bearcats' night tonight. And it's such a crucial spot with the season on the line. It's very unfortunate for Brookland.
Paulsgrove gonna be on the pass in with 2:30 left to play. Paulsgrove down the floor, gonna be a turnover again, number 14. Stewart able to take it, not gonna be able to get the finish. Another rebound that time on the O-board. Scrivener able to put it back up.
We got a timeout.
We're gonna take a 30-second break. You're watching the Class 4A Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association State Basketball Tournament.
Since 1945, we've been more than just a bank.
When you're at home, you need right fiber. Some say it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play. Maybe. But with Right Fiber's 100% fiber internet, you always win. No matter which side you're on. Fall in love with your gig speed internet. Get gig smitten. Get Right Fiber.
You need a job, a future. So what should you do? Where should you go? At ASU Newport, the answer is just down the road. With 3 campuses tailored to different skill sets, ready to set you soaring with in-demand skills and unlimited earning potential. Our Jonesboro campus features programs in welding, patient care technology, advanced manufacturing, and more. Start your future now at ASU Newport, your community college.
Back on the floor of Panther Arena, a 23-point deficit here for the Lady Bearcats. They're going to try to make a comeback late in the fourth, but with how it's been going, it's not looking very likely. We're going to see Paulsgrove down the floor for Brookland, top of the key with the handles over to Kylie Brown. Brown trying to get past the Lady Scrappers. Paulsgrove going to pop the tray ball. She'll sink it. Nice.
Evan Paulsgrove will sit at 21 points now on the night. 21 out of her team's 35.
We're going to see a tray ball attempt to answer right back. Cassidy King going to be on the rebound. It almost gets ripped from her hands. Zoe Winston from the left wing over to Paulsgrove. Going to pop the tray ball of her own. It's not going to fall off the back iron. Stewart down the floor over to number 20. Baseline drive here from Scrivener. There's going to be an O-board and a foul called in the paint.
Yeah, once again, Brookland allowing Nashville to get another offensive rebound, and that was something that was a struggle in the first half. They have completely let it bleed all the way through in the second half. Brookland down 20 with 1:19 left.
And we'll see a shot attempt, no good off the back iron. The first free throw will not fall. With less than 1:20 to play, the lights are getting dimmer and dimmer for the Brookland Lady Bearcats.
Berkeley Brewer, Cassidy King is subbed out. I want to give a shout out to them. Two-time state volleyball champions in 4A, two of the best volleyball players that I have seen from a high school team. I will talk about Evan in the post-game show. I've got a lot to say about her personally.
We're going to see some sophomores in for Brookland, Blakely Brock and Hadley Jones. Another foul, that time going to be on number 3, Blakely Brock. Ariana Robinson also going to get back in the game. We're going to see Kitchens at the top of the key. She'll drive, kick out to number 14, Stewart. The shot will not fall. It'll roll out of bounds. With 1 minute left to play, Brookland down by 20, knowing that they cannot come out of tonight with the win.
Yeah, I mean, Brookland's going to head home tonight, and for the Bearcat faithful, that's sad. But Brookland, the fact that they were able to make the state tournament, especially with how rough the season started for them, proud of them that they were even able to come out here tonight. A long drive from Brookland, Arkansas to Magnolia, Arkansas. Even if they're not winning tonight, it's still an honor for them to be back here, back for another state tournament. I've got a lot to say in the postgame show.
Able to make it to the second round, unlike last year. That's a huge achievement in of itself. We're going to see Blakely Brock, right wing. It will be tipped back by Stewart. Stewart going to get it down in the paint. A shot will go up from number 21, Reed. It will go out of bounds off of the hands of Ariana Robinson. 39 seconds remain on the clock. We'll see Allie Prescott in the game for Brookland, number 24. We'll see a pass down in the paint. We'll see a right-hand finesse. It will not fall for the Lady Scrappers. Ariana Robinson going to be able to keep up the pace and will be able to get the ball for the Lady Bearcat lineup. 25 seconds remain. Blakely Brock down the floor for Brookland. We're going to see them on the right wing. It's going to go past Brock. She'll be able to recover it. Kick out Hadley Jones. Blakely Brock not going to pop the tray ball. Throws up the mid-range, and it will not fall. Ariana Robinson going to be on the pass, and she'll fall hard on the floor of Panther Arena.
Hey, but awesome effort for her to get right back up. I'm telling you, she's going to be someone to look out for in the next coming years for the Brookland Lady Bearcats.
We're going to see the game is over. It's going to be Nashville progressing to the semifinals against the Pulaski Academy Lady Bruins. They're going to win this matchup 55-35. You're watching the Class 4A Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association State Basketball Tournament.
I chose a car that would be safe for our family. And when it comes to our financial future, I don't take any chances there either. That's why we bank with Centennial. They give me everything I could want in a bank, from the latest technology to great service. But the biggest thing they give me is confidence. So in a time when there's plenty of things to worry about, my money isn't one of them.
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
back on the floor of Panther Arena on the campus of Magnolia High School. We just witnessed an intense matchup. Nashville going to come out with the victory, 55-35 against the Brookland Lady Bearcats.
Ethan, I want to say this real quick. As the former voice of Bearcat Nation for the last 2 years, I started my broadcasting career at Brookland. I want to say two things. I want to give a shout out to number 1, Evan Posgrove. She dropped 21 points tonight. Evan, you are a legend for this Brookland team. An absolute baller on the court, a 2-time state volleyball champion in Class 4A. Evan, you're going to go down in the record books at Brookland. No one will forget you, and no one will forget the way how you played on that court. You brought a different type of energy. You brought a different type of enthusiasm on that court. So, Evan, a huge shout-out from me will go to you, Evan Posgrove, an absolute baller. I want to shout out Coach Mitchell Weber, too. Coach Weber, you're one of the nicest coaches I've ever met in my entire life. Weber, when you came to Brookland, Coach Weber started his career at Rector. He was the head coach for the Rector Lady Cougars. He came to Brookland, and in only his 3 years at Brookland, he has led the Brookland Lady Bearcats to not 1, not 2, but 3 back-to-back-to-back state tournament appearances in his 3 years at Brookland. So huge shout out to Coach Mitchell Weber and Evan Posgrove. We will never forget you.
Going off of what you said, both great talents for Brookland. Also, my last year commentating for this Brookland team. Everything Alex said is 100% accurate. Evan Posgrove, one of the most entertaining players on the floor of Bearcat Arena that we got to witness. Head Coach Mitchell Weber, one of the nicest coaches ever, and I had a blast ending off my BMP career calling their championship game on the campus of Highland High School, and that's going to wrap up this broadcast. Join us next up as the Camden Fairview Cardinals play the East Sim Mets. You're watching the Class 4A Centennial Bank Arkansas Activities Association State Basketball Tournament.